Hi, I'm John Orlando, and I'm going to show you a wonderful way of adding interactivity to live events in an online class or to the face-to-face portion of a flipped classroom. This is a website called Dotstorming. It's a free website. You can sign up in about 30 seconds, and it allows you to create boards that look a little like Pinterest or, say, Padlet. And the nice thing is that these boards allow you to put up text or images and then allow students to comment on them and even vote on them. And this presents a lot of wonderful ways that students can get involved in the live events. I'll give you an example. Now these boards are called topics. I've created a couple. Here's one called Baroque Art. Let's imagine I'm an online art teacher. I'm doing, say, a 1 hour, half-hour live session. I have all my students get onto the session via whatever conferencing system you use, GoToMeeting, or maybe something in your LMS. Then as far as what they're looking at, instead of, say, broadcasting my own screen, I go up to invite participants and I give them this link. This will take them to this board right here. Notice I've put images up. And what I can do is have students vote on those images or add comments. In this case, I might put up these 4 images and ask the students, which of these 4 represents Baroque art? I would first have the students vote, and then I would have them add their comments as to why they think it represents Baroque art. So a student might click this one here. Notice that the circle goes from clear to green. That means it's their vote, and it will register the vote. And then they might add a comment underneath as to why they think what they think. We'll say, I think this represents Baroque art because these are ordinary people. And the Baroque artists were known for painting ordinary people. I've posted it, and now there's a comment. And other students can put on their comments as well. So I can gather all the votes, and then after, say, 30 seconds, say, okay, this is the right answer. It's this one for this reason. So it's a really nice way of giving the students something to do during live sessions. And I really do like the idea of using images instead of just text. Now you can add text boxes and they can vote on text, but images really capture their attention. That's going to get them interested. And you can usually pick images to represent basically any concept that you're looking for. Now let's go to another example. Notice in the first example, I had preset question that was right or wrong. Another thing you can do is use it for, say, brainstorming. I'm going to go to this bridges example. What I can do is put students into groups and tell them that they have to do a group assignment. Then I can tell the students that they need to suggest topics for the assignment by, say, putting up pictures of what they want to talk about and then explaining why they want to use that topic. Then at the end, the students can vote. In this case, maybe the topic in an architectural class for the particular group is interesting bridges. They need to make a display or presentation on interesting bridges. Each member of the group has to suggest an interesting bridge, go out, research, find one, post it, and explain why they think it's interesting. Then other group members will put their vote in and say why they voted as they did. And the person with the most votes, that's the bridge that they cover. Maybe I click this one and I say this is an interesting bridge because it's actually underwater. And it actually is interesting because it looks to me like it's underwater. A really kind of clever idea. I don't know what happens when the river rises. Maybe it just kind of pours in and through. But I think that's really clever. So this bridge is underwater. Again, I post and people can vote on it, and then the one with the most votes wins. Finally, we can have examples where there isn't a right or wrong answer in a live session with the whole class. This gives me a good opportunity to show you how to add a topic. First, we're going to go to Add a Topic, click it. We're going to give it a title. Now I'm going to imagine this is in my medical ethics class, and there's a question of surrogate decision making. There is an older gentleman who's not competent to make medical decisions on his own behalf, and the question will be which of his family members should act as his surrogate. I can put down a description. Notice I can determine how many votes each person gets. I can give them 1, 2, 3, or upwards of 10 votes. I'll click Create. I can also share it with a direct email invitation, but I'll just share it with a link. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load an image to represent the three individuals in my question. My question is, which of these three individuals should be his surrogate decision maker, his wife, brother, or daughter? I'm going to go to add an image. I can take a URL from the web, but I'm going to upload an image. I'm going to select some images I already picked. Now upload them, and they represent the different individuals, his wife, his daughter, or his brother. Now, of course, I would give a better description of the situation, and they would have to decide which would be the ideal surrogate decision maker and explain why. This is also kind of interesting. If you use images, you can kind of test whether the image itself influences the person's decision. For instance, with a daughter, I could have picked an image of a young female on a cell phone, and some people may look at that and think, well, that kind of makes me think of, say, a 16-year-old high school girl, maybe not mature or something like that. And again, with the different images of the people, I can use different expressions or something like that. And I can actually test whether our view of people, literally our physical, what we see physically, influences their decisions. I can use text versus images, and I can test that, maybe show them something about their biases. I can use this in a live event, describe the situation, have people vote, and explain why. Now, I noted you can actually put your comment under an image or text, or you can just put to the whole audience in this chat. And here the chat just goes out to everybody. So perhaps while people are voting, while people are putting their thoughts under particular images or boxes, people are also chatting or something like that. I can make the board editable by others. I can also rank the votes. And so this gives me a really nice way of adding interactivity, again, to either a live event online or an in-class event where I want students to do things as I'm speaking. Nice thing too is with images, you can say, ask them to find image of a cantilevered bridge in class or in a live online section, and they'll go out to the web, find an image of one they like, put it up, and explain why they like it. So they're actually doing research during the event and publicizing the research to others. I think this has a lot of potential for online and flipped classrooms. I hope you give it a try. Thanks.